We're back at it here with another video with CLOV stock, Clover Health Investments. I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel Invest for Tomorrow, and to all the subscribers. Welcome back, and all I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. Now, on Sunday, I talked about how Clover Health was looking like an opportunity, and it was sitting near those lows down here of about $7.99, $8. It took off, came back down to those levels, looking like a bull trap, and all of a sudden, after hours, after the earnings report, it started to push up, and a lot of hype and speculation it has come. And I stated that, is there going to be another short squeeze? Well, catching it at $8, the worst case scenario is that it can pull back to the 7s or 6s, average down, and then I would ride it right back up. And here we are, seeing it actually push up, creating FOMO, a lot of excitement, a lot of speculation and hype around the stock. The stock has gone up nearly 10 to 20% since I mentioned it. But before we jump into today's key levels, which we're going to talk about, a very important support level I talked about yesterday. But before we jump into CLOV stock, I want to share with you guys the home run of the day, and we're going to jump into everything here with CLV stock and what's going on moving forward. The home run of the day was phenomenal, and I want to invite you to join us. If this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. And here we are with the stocks we were watching: PBTS, CLOV, and XERS. Our worst performer of the day was XERS, giving small jumps of about 3 to 5%. We were watching CLOV because of yesterday's hype going into today, but also talking about how it looked like a small bull trap at those levels, because I've been talking about it since it was at the 8s back on Sunday, and it nearly jumped 10 to 20% since the beginning of the week till now. But PPTS was our opportunity here of the day that turned out to be a home run, giving multiple jumps of 5 to 10%, 10 to 15%. But in a matter of minutes, guys, we caught this one in the pre-market, sitting sideways, hit a low here of about 172, 171, and took off to a highest point here of 20% plus in 10 to 20 minutes, hitting 220, and the rest of the day giving jumps of 5 to 10%, 10 to 15%, as I stated. It even hit a new high here of 226, 227 earlier on in the day after that first jump. That was pretty big in a matter of minutes. If this is something that interests you, the link is down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into this chart and everything about it. So a key level here for CLOV stock, Clover Health Investments, is $10, guys. It keeps getting rejected, and the second highest point was 971, 970, give or take, and it just keeps on falling from those levels. But I had stated that we want to talk about a support that was important that I talked about yesterday, and that is right up here at around 854, 853 that I talked about yesterday, give or take. And it hit a little bit of a low here in the aftermarket hours of 848, bounced off of that, and that's how it took off going into tomorrow, which is presently today. And then it actually played out this way, right? It went from 848 all the way to the highs here of 1014, got rejected, and barely held itself up near $10, getting rejected again at 994, the big collapse, and it almost looked like a bull trap. And that's really what it's looking like overall. When you look at these big spikes, jumps, ups, and downs, it's just all looking like a bull trap, like as if it wants to come right back down and continue that downward trend, but with a lot of volatility. So that's why we need to pay close attention to the supports. I still think, 853, 848 being the lowest point is super important, but we're going to talk about today's low, how significant it was, because it got to those levels, but it didn't break through it, and that was 858, guys. So there's a lot of key things here when it comes to supports and resistance that you don't want to just throw to the side. I know a lot of people say that supports and resistance are, not always necessary. Technical analysis doesn't always work. I'm going to tell you guys something. I've been doing this for years, and technical analysis has helped me tremendously. It's not perfect. There is no perfect strategy, but one thing I can tell you is technical analysis can definitely give you some sense of what the whole entire chart is feeling and where it's going, because it broke through the resistance here, right, of 917 and even up here 924, and it took off all the way to 10. It came back down. It didn't even break through 854, 853, give or take, and it used right there 858 as support and jumped up. So you know, it's always good to just be aware of it. Watch these key levels. And I just want more investors to be aware of this stuff, because in the short term, it matters. Even though you're trying to look at things from the bigger picture, it lets you have a guide of where the stock is going. And it also can tell you the best points of exit, the best points of entering. You know, it's all about trying to get that best cost basis when you're trying to get in, and that best price when you're trying to get out. So it's very helpful. It was phenomenal to see that support level actually not get touched. It bounced a little bit off of it. And then we have that low here of 848 from the aftermarket hours. Like I stated, we want to see some consolidation, or if it's just going to rip up, it's going to be pretty unhealthy, I stated. And the reason why is because it's moving way too fast. There needs to be some consolidation for Clove to actually gain some strength. If not, this is going to continue to repeat what we've seen in the charts. Bounces up, comes back down, bounces up, comes back down, bounces up, comes back down. Oh, look, it bounced up and it came right back down. So if it does it again like crazy, it's going to come right back down just as fast, and it's not going to get anywhere, guys. The whole point of a stock moving upwards is forming staircase effects and actually going up consistently, and that's how it should look. We'll see what happens. A lot of investors are hoping for that $10 mark. Now, if $10 does get broken through, it could be a possible point, right? Possible point, and hold itself up for shorts to have to start covering at that level, and it could actually push this up even higher, right? And then if it starts moving up pretty quickly, we're going to have to watch and see how it reacts between $10 to $15, and if it gets any strength around there, or if it just reverses right back down to where it all started, which is the $8 mark. And then it's going to possibly retest newer lows, touch the 7s or touch the 6s over time, because this is moving pretty fast, and all it's done so far is 10 to 20%. And that seems like a lot to some people, but when you day trade, that happens every day, right? And it took a whole week for this to happen. So there's a lot of volatility going on, a lot of risk involved, and the reward is just enough, but not more than we expected, right? We want to see 50%, 100%. That's when squeezes are starting to happen. So the question is, are we in the middle of a squeeze? The first thing is break through $10, okay? And if you want to know where momentum is going, the bulls need to break through 931, break through it, and actually push up significantly from it. And the lowest point down here, 858, 848. And then if you want to keep in between 848 and 858, you can still watch that 853 mark that I talked about before. And if those two get broken through, well, our next support is way down here at 816, and I would even round that down to 810, $8, because this is going to be moving pretty fast when this starts deciding where to go. And another thing that I'm not liking in the chart here on the 30-minute is this right here. I mean, I've seen that on a 1 minute, on a 5 minute, on a 10-minute, but this is barcoding right here in this area. So I'm not sure how you feel about it. What are your thoughts? And I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. CLOV stock still has a lot of potential. I mean, it took off pretty fast, and I think that there is room for this to go up if a squeeze does happen. But how much more up? Well, it all depends on how fast this starts moving, and if it starts building real strength in real areas, like a real staircase effect, and then holding itself in those areas instead of just moving up and down, giving time for the shorts to have to cover when they realize that the stock is going up, it's holding up at those levels, and it's not volatile. If not, it's going in that upward direction. But if it just keeps going up and down, and it's only jumping $1, coming back down $1, shorts are not really having to cover. They're just going along with the momentum. And as we see it here, a red bar. But anyways, this is not financial advice. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And all I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Lets me know you appreciate my time and effort. And if you want to know what stocks I watch daily, the link is down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.